So we've all had a chat with an AI, right? But what if we could go way beyond just talking and actually start building with them? What if we could assemble entire teams of AI agents to go out and tackle really complex problems for us? Well, that's the big idea behind a framework called CrewAI. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it works. Just think about it for a second. The AI we use today is absolutely amazing at spitting out text or answering questions based on whatever it was trained on. But what's the next big leap? What if AI could stop just telling you things and start actually doing things for you in the real world? And this slide right here shows you the difference perfectly. Over on the left, you've got your standard generative AI. It's got that knowledge cutoff, right? It can't tell you tomorrow's flight price because that information is brand new. But on the right, you have an AI agent. You give it tools like access to an airline's booking system, so it doesn't just answer your question, it actually takes action and books the flight for you. That's the game changer.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start by really nailing down what an AI agent is. Then we'll introduce the Crew AI framework. After that, we'll get our hands dirty and build our first simple agent, give it some superpowers, and then we'll assemble a whole crew to build a complete AI marketing team right from scratch.
Okay, first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page with the core concepts. We really need to understand the fundamental building blocks here, AI agents and this bigger idea of agentic AI.
So what is an AI agent really? Well, just like it says here, it's a program that gets an input, thinks about it, and then acts on its own. The two most important words there are acts and tools. This isn't just a simple question and answer machine. You give it a goal, and it uses its tools to figure out how to get that goal done, all by itself.
And the workflow is just beautifully simple when you look at it. It takes your request, it thinks and makes a plan, it uses its tools to carry out that plan, and then it delivers the final result. It's this continuous cycle of thinking and acting, not just fetching old information.
Okay, so if one agent is powerful, what happens when you get a whole team of them working together? Well, that's agentic AI. Instead of just one agent booking a flight, imagine a whole digital travel agency. You could have one agent checking your visa status, another one finding the best flights, and a third checking the weather at your destination. And they all collaborate to plan your entire trip. That's agentic AI, a whole system of agents working in concert.
So that's the big idea. But how do we actually build these collaborative systems? Well, that brings us to the star of the show today, CrewAI, which is a framework designed to do exactly that.
Now, there are a few big players in the AI agent space. You've got frameworks like LangGraph that give you tons of deep customization. But CrewAI's real superpower is its simplicity. It's all about role-based orchestration. It's designed from the ground up to make it super easy to define different jobs for your agents and get them working together just like a real-world team.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get practical and see how you would actually build your very first single AI agent. Think of this as the fundamental Lego block for any crew you're going to build. And here's the really cool part: how you give an agent its purpose. It all comes down to these three things: its role, its goal, and its backstory. This isn't just you telling the AI what to do. No, this is a much more powerful kind of prompt engineering where you're telling it who to be. You're giving it a personality and a history. Let's see it in action. We're going to give our new communication expert agent this rough draft. I mean, it's super informal, it's packed with abbreviations, it's definitely not something you'd want to send to a client. And boom, here's the result. Look at that. The agent has completely rewritten it, adding a professional tone, proper structure. It even figured out that WIP meant work in progress. That's a real tangible improvement, instantly.
Okay, that was pretty impressive, but our agent was only working with the info we fed it. Now let's give it some real superpowers by connecting it to external tools so it can access brand new information.
So you can equip agents with two main kinds of tools. On the left, you've got your private knowledge. Think of this as your company's internal brain. You can build a custom tool to teach your agent all your internal jargon. And on the right, you've got public knowledge. By plugging your agent into a tool like Serper, you're basically giving it the ability to search Google and access up-to-the-second information from the entire internet. This is where the magic of CrewAI really starts to shine. Let's graduate from a single, lone agent to a whole collaborating crew of specialized agents. So, picture a blog writing team. First, you have a research agent. It uses its search tool to go out and find 5 key facts on a topic. Then, and this part is crucial, it hands off that context to a writer agent. Now, the writer doesn't need to do any research at all.
Its only job is to take those facts and weave them into a polished blog post. It's like a perfect little digital assembly line.
All right, it's time for the grand finale. Let's take every single thing we've learned so far and build our final project, a complete multi-agent AI marketing team that can run an entire campaign.
So our crew is going to have 4 very distinct roles. We've got a head of marketing to call the shots and define strategy, 2 specialized content writers, one for social media and one for blogs, and an SEO specialist to handle all the keyword research. Every agent has a clear, focused job. And what do they actually produce? Well, first up, the head of marketing agent generates a complete content calendar. And this isn't just a list of random ideas. It's a fully structured plan for what to post on which platform and at what time. Next, the social media writer takes that calendar and starts drafting the actual content. Here's a perfect example, a ready-to-publish LinkedIn post, complete with a great hook and all the right hashtags. And while all that's happening, the SEO specialist is doing its thing, generating a strategic list of keywords. It's even smart enough to identify competitor names to target, which shows a pretty sophisticated grasp of SEO strategy. And the scale of this whole operation is just incredible. Get this, the crew autonomously executed 8 sequential tasks. It went from initial market research all the way to generating final drafts for social media, for blogs, and even for video reels. It's a complete end-to-end workflow all done by the crew.
This technology really does shift the entire paradigm. We're moving from just asking an AI a question to giving an AI a mission. It opens up a whole new world of automation and creativity. So really, the only question left to ask is, what kind of crew would you build?